So, it is Thursday afternoon. Find that I am losing track of the days a little bit lately. It's just, I get confused about what day it is. So, that may be partly why I say at the beginning of every video what day it is, so I just remind myself, of the day. So anyway, so it's Thursday afternoon, and I just got myself dressed and with the intention of going to the gym for just a little while to like just walk on the treadmill or ride a recumbent bike or something like that. And like got so far as got myself dressed, like got my teeth brushed and everything, got a couple things together, and was standing in the kitchen, almost ready to go, and was having trouble just standing up. Like was feeling like my face was feeling flushed and kind of clammy, and feeling short of breath, and all those lovely kind of dysautonomia kind of things. Dizzy a little bit and lightheaded and stuff like that. So I very wisely, I think, realized that going to the gym while I'm feeling like that is probably a pretty bad idea. So I canceled that plan, and I hooked up my fluids, which I hadn't had running yet, which is probably part of the reason why I was feeling that way. I think in the future, if I have any inclination that I might want to go to the gym, I need to get fluids running as soon as possible in the morning, so I have some in me before I actually go. So anyway, so I have my fluids running now, and I'm gonna, give that some time to take effect, and then just go out to do some grocery shopping, which was also on my to-do list for today, and more important than going to the gym anyway. So, and that will probably take about all of the energy that I have. So anyway, I've been pretty busy trying to get wedding stuff taken care of. There's been a lot to do. We're down to, let's see, today's the 19th. I don't know how many weeks we are now, but it's less than a month and a half. Yeah, so, and I'm going to be away for a week. I'm leaving next Wednesday morning to go visit my sister in Oregon. So that will be a lot of fun. I'm going to be out there for a week. But that means that I'm not going to be here to take care of stuff, and Eric and I aren't going to be able to schedule meetings with people or whatever during that time. So we're trying to take care of as much as possible before then. So anyway, so I've been busy trying to do all kinds of wedding stuff today, and yesterday I've been tackling songs and DJ forms and stuff like that, trying to figure all of that out, which I did not expect to be as time consuming as it's turning out to be. Like, that is turning out to be a huge task. And it's probably because I'm like overthinking things to some extent, and like really want it to be as meaningful as possible and to have really good songs for each thing and whatever. And like, I wouldn't necessarily need to do that. I could put a little less time and effort into it if I didn't care as much, but I care. So I've been working on that. I had to do some stuff with the favors, sticking stickers on playing card cases, which I did yesterday, which I won't show right now because I would have to get up to go get them. Maybe next video I'll show them. So yeah, we've been getting reply cards back, which has been exciting. I think we've gotten maybe six back so far, which is a good start. And they've all been yeses. So that's good. Yeah. And as far as the stuff that I talked about in my last video, with the stress around the condo and mortgage and all of that, so I made that video on Monday, and after I made it, I went up and spent the day with Eric's sister-in-law and her baby, Flora. And that was really good to get to go and talk with her and just talk with someone about it and talk about my frustrations and my concerns and all of this stuff, and to talk with someone who, you know, knows Eric and everything, and so that was helpful. And then when I was driving home, and Eric was leaving work, we talked on the phone and, like, I'm not even necessarily gonna call it an argument on the phone, because it was mainly him yelling at me. And it got to the point where I just said, you know, I don't want to have this conversation right now like this. You know, I'm just gonna not drive home. I'm gonna drive to my parents. And so that kind of stopped him, and he's like, okay, well, you know, I'll talk to you about it later. And I didn't want to get off the phone because I didn't want that to be how we left things. So we were both quiet for a minute, and I told him, I'm like, you're yelling at me. You know, I don't want to be yelled at. I know that you're upset about this, but that doesn't mean that you can yell at me. And so we had a calmer conversation about stuff. I did not end up going to my parents. I ended up coming home, and things have been okay since then, and we're, you know, in a much better place about working things out and realizing that we weren't communicating like we have issues communicating with each other, and not all the time, but it comes up with things like this, that we have a tendency to kind of not exactly go off into our own corner and try to figure things out and then emerge with a decision, but that we don't really talk through things as much as we could. And that was kind of what part of the problem was, is that Eric was doing all of these calculations and this thought process by himself without really bringing me into it. And there's also this struggle to view it as us together versus that this is his condo, his mortgage, his money. So there's also that to kind of deal with and work through. So it's not easy, but you know, we'll get there. And the good thing is that we avoided going down that path of you know, me going and staying with my parents and the potential road that could have led to. You know, we're in a good place now, and I'm not sure that we would be in this same place if things had gone differently on Monday. So I think it's going to be really important for us to find ourselves a couples counselor to get in to see. We had been seeing someone, and Eric didn't really like her, so after a couple of months of seeing her, we stopped seeing her, and we have not yet started up with anyone else. We probably stopped with her in September, would be my guess. So yeah, we need someone that both of us can talk to about this and work with to strengthen our communication and work through these kinds of issues. So yeah, and I think sooner rather than later is probably a good idea. So that's where that stuff stands. Health-wise, things are plugging along. I did my round of my 3 days of Coartem and finished it yesterday. And that went fine. No issues with that. Yesterday I ended up doing my tigacycline and Invance back to back because in the morning I just really couldn't bring myself to doing my tigacycline. So, in like the late afternoon I decided to do it, and then that meant that I was doing it right before the Invance. And I was so nauseous. It was not fun. So I will not be doing that again. I thought maybe, doing them together would mean that I would have a shorter period of time being nauseous, which was probably true, but the nausea was so much more intense that it's not worth it. When I do them separate, the nausea level is very low, so that's pretty much it. I don't know if I mentioned before, but I have a consultation on Monday with the surgeon who took out this last port. I have a consultation with him about putting in a new one in February. So hopefully that will go well, and we'll get that scheduled for early February. I would really like to get it done as early in February as possible so that I have as long as possible to heal before the wedding. So yeah, so there's that. I don't think there's really anything else to report. Yeah, not really. I'm like surrounded by just all of this stuff. There's like medical stuff and wedding stuff just everywhere. So it's kind of consuming my life. Alright, well, I'm gonna rest a little bit and put the wedding stuff aside, I think, for a little while, and do some grocery shopping and maybe take a shower and try to take it easy. So, hope you're all having a good week. It's Thursday. I don't know what day I think it is, but for some reason, I don't think it's Thursday. So, anyway, not that it matters. But anyway, so I hope you're all having a good week, and I'll talk to you soon.